Your next comic coming up to the stage is a veteran in the game. He's putting on shows all over DFW. Please put your hands together for Dave Merriken.
Thank you for your service. This guy, right?
Telling you I'm a legend when nobody knows who I am. I freaking love that. He's a hype man from the past generation. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Y'all are awesome, by the way. I saw you, I saw 3 people up here earlier, now I see who you are. And you're still here. That is freaking fantastic. I tried to celebrate something earlier today. We were gonna drink a bottle of wine, and I opened it, and then immediately threw it into the wall, and it shattered on the floor.
Oh.
Not the fastest way this week, I lost $200. It's been a good week. We still drank it up, we got straws. That was our good bottle. We're not. I'm not stopping for glass shards, people. Let's get it. All right, I'm gonna admit something. I feel like I've opened up and sounded a little cool for a second, so I'm gonna completely kill that. Back when my grandma still loved me and I was like 4, I used to love to cook. And it started young. My uncles and other family members would tell me how gay I was for cooking food and being in the kitchen. Why do you have your own apron? And they took it too far. They made me give up on the arts. My first thing I ever made was lemon meringue pie. Freaking didn't drop that wine bottle. I freaking nailed it. Had the whipping, the egg yolk stayed. I used a clean bowl or whatever you gotta do to whip eggs. Appropriate amount of sugar. Grandma was proud of me, you know? For the rest of her life, she was bitter when I gave up baking because of the gayness. And so instead, I joined the military. You know what they don't tell you on the brochure for the Marine Corps? It's gonna be super gay, dude, for like the next 13 weeks. It's gonna be a lot of dick. Day 1, you're in a shower, 80 naked dudes, nut to butt. It's not as fun as it sounds. It's really not. Like, you get a good place in line, it's an okay shower. If you're at the wrong spot in the line, it's an uncomfortable washing. You're gonna need to you don't bend to wash your balls today. You just give them a wave through the water and move on. I feel like Jason is right there. He's 2 people back, he can still reach me. Super good. And they do that daily. That's like how they clean you or whatever. Yeah. You know what I missed in those moments when I was looking out at all that penis? Just like the wave of wet penis that's in the shower in the fucking boot camp. And you leave 80 dudes alone in a squad bay, which is like a modified schoolhouse that you took everything out of except for the windows. And you put in just like 3 gym coaches to train you all. And these dudes are barely older than you. They don't know anything, they just shot some people so they have credit or whatever. You don't get teardrops, you get ranked in the military. Oh no, I'm sorry, we don't train to kill people, it's fine. We have a better, softer Marine Corps. We definitely learn tactics about tickling and caring for the people near you. Have you talked about their pronouns? That was not at all the Marine Corps I got. The Marine Corps I got was very gay, but didn't talk about it. It's never brought up, lots of dick. That's the arch villain of a Marine. I don't know if you knew this. Like, Superman has kryptonite. Marines have the green weenie. It's a specific dick. It's colored. I can still talk to, I talked to a dude that was losing his house the other day, and he was like, man, I was in the Marine Corps, and this still isn't as bad as the green weenie. And I was like, your wife's leaving you. And I was like, yeah, I know, but she's not fucking me before she goes. You gotta understand the improvement. Okay. She should fuck me before she leaves? I'm sorry, I'll change the material. I'm practicing this now. So your feedback is gonna alter everything I do in life. If you do that, that's why I gave up cooking, because someone said it was gay. Yeah. No, I've gotten back to it, quietly. I just cook in my closet now. It's one of those little Fisher-Price ovens, When it dings, the food's ready. And that's the level of cooking. I learned when I was 4, man. What do you want from me? I didn't learn great tactics. An easy bake oven that Mattel said, look, it's not important how my childhood was, all right? Let's focus on moving forward. I owned a motorcycle. I was in the Marine Corps. Definitely straight. Seen more dick than most people, but definitely straight. The only person that's closer to another man's prostate is a doctor. He had 7 years of school, and I failed out like really quick. You know, so look, seriously, my last name is Merriken. I definitely had to do the military thing, but I thought it was gonna be, there was a point where it was actually cool, right? Like the only thing you get that's kind of cool is parades. Yeah, kind of gay. You get a family day, they parade you out in short shorts in front of your family. That's how you graduate boot camp. The tiniest shorts. You all run by. You don't have underwear on. There's dick just hitting the front of this canvas. It's like a Loch Ness monster. It's not the first time your mom's seen it, but it's the first time it's had 6 months of saltpeter, so it can grow into its full form. I remember the only good day of boot camp that I ever experienced. It's because I have messed up teeth my whole life, and I got to go to dental one day, and they forgot that I had the rest of my day because they didn't care about me as a person, and I was down on Little End near a pillar, so I could like halfway hide sometimes. I don't know if you knew this, but they make you wear camouflage. It's effective if you hide. It's a real thing. So they called everyone else's name. 80 dudes, huge squad bay. Everyone gets called. No one said my name. I did not move. Well, I moved a little, just behind the pillar. Just a touch. And then I watched the 3 gym coaches leave. And I was silent. And I don't know if you know this, but for not having a cell phone or any access to see women or drink alcohol or do anything fun, not a lot of quiet time. It's not really what you got. It's more of a yelling experience, if I'm going to be completely serious. There's a lot of shouting, there was name calling, general derogatory nature. So I sat down and read a book. It's Carlos Hathcock, How to Kill a Man or whatever. But it was a book. All right, you only get limited reading. They're not trying to encourage you to be a better man. Or whatever, you know, make them great. I'll never forget it, man. I was sitting there, I'm just flipping pages, reading this book, having a great time. It's one of the most beautiful days I've ever had. Like, there was the smell of a gym locker room. There's just, you know, the stench of people who have jerked off the night before. Which, by the way, in a bunk bed is an experience you share together. Yeah, I don't know. If you're on the bottom, you're lucky. You know, you get a little less motion in the ocean. You get up there in the crow's nest, and the crew chief downstairs tries to have a go with it. You know, polishing off the helmet. You're losing fucking sleep over this. Just finish it out. Think about something. If encouraging another man to come isn't gay, I don't know how much. It's at least supportive. It's at least an ally, right? Like, I want you to get there so I can sleep. That's how y'all feel, isn't it? Never mind. I've learned so much today. This is a growing experience. Oh, man. They have great laughs. Like, I could, you know, I don't know if other comics said this, but I really do this for the laughter. And y'all are definitely helping with that. Oh man, I did get a cool nickname out of the military. You know, after it's all said and done, and we made it through the gayness, and you know, you make it into the fleet, and then you're like, it's just a job where we all wear the same clothes. Like, oh, okay, cool, kind of, whatever. I remember the first time I messed up in my life, and I need some nuts and fudge, you know. I had to make brownies one time, you know, and then these dudes out of nowhere start calling me Betty Crocker. Yeah, I thought it was really gay. They were like, hey Betty, can you get us a soda from the fridge or whatever? And, you know, he outranked me, so I had to respond to this and be appreciative. The apron was a little much, but it was nice. It felt like I was going back to my childhood. And Dixon aprons, you know, that's what I fucking look for. Hey, Oh my goodness. Yeah, Betty Crocker. And that wouldn't be so bad. It wouldn't be so bad. But there's an old phrase, once a Marine, always a Marine. Anybody ever heard this? Yeah. I keep telling them I got a DD-214. I don't know what it takes to quit. I've been working on it. I know y'all don't approve of comedy. I got a lot of push-ups for telling that one joke. It was worth it, because at the time I wasn't also bald. Whatever, you gotta take your moment when the sun shits the soft spot of the head. But I had a weird moment where I woke up from being passed out while riding a motorcycle. We've all been there, right? And I'm just outside of a mall in Hearst, Texas, known as the Forbidden Triangle Police, HEB. A place where you definitely want to drive drunk at about 1:30 to 2:30 in the morning, and you could swerve a lot, you won't talk to nobody. It's gonna be fine. Take one for the team. Drive around so the rest of us can sober up. Oh, man. So they pulled me out of technically they pulled me out of a bush. Because I got scared by mall security. PTSD is a real thing. And after I yanked this man out of his vehicle, I knew I was going to be in trouble, so I dove next to the Nordstroms into the nearby shrubbery. And as I low crawled around, I realized they could still fucking see me. They have lights on their trucks. They could just see me under the shrubbery. I was looking right at this man. You ever know you fucked up? You're just like, whatever. I went over and just kind of pulled up, and I was like, I got about 4, maybe 5 minutes. You boys talking to some cops today? How are we feeling? How are we feeling on this life right now? I lit myself a cigarette, because normally once you start talking to cops, there's not a lot more cigarette smoking. That's one thing they definitely restrict you on. What are you reaching into your pocket for? I was like, just fire and some tobacco. And they're like, no. They don't let it happen. Usually you don't have your hands either. But anyway, this time they were like, hey, what happened? And I'm in a motorcycle jacket. I have left my helmet behind the bushes because I feel like it's more incriminating than the jacket. Drunk logic. And they go, hey man, how'd you get here? And I was like, oh man, my buddy was beating his wife and I didn't want to drive home drunk, so I just walked, Domestic violence is hard to watch. And they didn't know what to do with it, so they're like, how far are you walking? And I go, 2 miles. They're like, we'll give you a ride. Fuck yeah. Protect and serve, brother. One time I'm back in the blues because I'm sitting in the back seat getting a free ride home. And I'm like, yeah, we're not going to jail. This is going to be great. But I forgot that automatically if you get into a cop car, you are now classified as a minor. That's why they have them child safety locks in the back. And you have to be released to a reasonable adult. I lived with Jeffrey Carver. Very few people know who that really is, but basically he was a Marine from Africa. So when the cop came up to the door, he goes, hey, do you know David Merriken? And he goes, who? The guy in the car over there, the bald one. And he goes, oh, you mean Betty Crocker? Now it's a listed alias. I'm David Betty Crocker Merriken. Y'all have been a lot of fun. I really appreciate you guys. Let's give it up for your host one time. David Merriken, everybody. One more time. Let him hear it. Hell yeah.